Hello and welcome to lesson 3, and in this video we're going to look at the grand stave, and but first of all just a few little words to say. I truly believe I can teach you how to play the piano if you keep watching my series of videos. Anyone can learn the piano, so if you keep watching I'll have you playing the piano in no time. So you can, the good thing about watching the videos is you can watch them again and again. You can press the pause button whenever you like. You can watch it over and over, or you can just go through them. It might be an idea to in between videos to just spend a bit of time practicing what I tell you on your keyboard or on your piano. Or you could, if you need more information, if you don't find that I'm explaining something fully, you could go on my website, which is www.thepianolady.co.uk, and you can contact me via email there and send me any queries you have, and I can reply to them. That's not a problem. So you can watch the videos at your own comfortable rate. Or you can binge watch them all in one day. It's entirely up to you. That's the good thing about doing them online on YouTube. So anyway, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel and like any videos that you like, and then obviously you won't miss any then, so that's good. So as I say, any time that you have in between the videos, be good to practice when we actually get started playing on the piano. So what we're going to do today in this video is look at the notes on the grand stave. Now the grand stave sounds very posh, doesn't it? But all it is a set of lines and spaces. So we've got 5 lines at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 lines at the bottom. Just get that reflection out of the way there. And the spaces in between. Now the notes on the musical notes are written on the lines and in the spaces. I'll show that in a minute, but first of all we look at these funny little things. This is called a treble clef. Okay, that's a treble clef, and this one is a bass clef. Now in some instruments you just have either a treble clef or a bass clef, but with the piano you have treble and bass clef. And as a general rule, the right hand plays the notes in the treble clef, and the left hand plays the notes in the bass clef. Certainly for now, this is how we're going to work. So right hand, left hand. The top one's the right hand, the one you write with probably, and the bottom one is the left hand. So if you have a look at these, we'll look at the treble clef first of all. So if you have a look underneath the line here, I'm going to draw a line underneath there. That is the middle C line. So do you remember I said in the last lesson about where middle C was on the piano? This one. Now that's where it is in the treble clef. So that's middle C line. I'll draw a note on it. It looks a bit like a spaceship or a Saturn or something, or a planet or something. But it's the middle C line, and I've drawn the note on top. So that's middle C, and because it's written in the treble clef, it's played with the right hand. And then the note above it in the space is D. So you notice that one's on the line, that one's in the space. And then the next note is on the line, and that's E. So that's 3 notes above middle C. So here we go. There we go. And then the next note is in the space, which is F. That's a funny looking F. And then G on the second line, and then A. If you remember, we said yesterday the notes go up from A to G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So you've got C, D, E, F, G, and then A, and then B, C, D. Whoa, it's getting a bit wobbly. And then E in the space. If I had a bit more line there, that top line would be an F. Okay, if you can just about see that there. So it's C on the line, D in the space, E on the line, F in the space, and then G, A, B, C, D, E, F. So we've got all the notes there from middle C right up to that F there, which I'll show you in a minute with the overhead camera. So those are the enough notes in the right hand to get us started, I think. Now in the bass clef, which is left hand, the line above the stave there is the middle C line. So you might be thinking, hey, that's middle C. How could that be middle C? Well, they're exactly the same note. This one is played with the right hand and this one is played with the left hand. So that's middle C with the left hand, and the next note down is B. Now this is going to be backwards alphabet, so I'm not so good at that. And then A on the line, and then G on the top space, and then F on the line, and then E, oh, getting a bit wobbly there, and then D, and then C, B, A, whoa, that was in the bottom space there, and then the bottom line is G. So now I've gone all the way down from this middle C, right the way down to that G there. So we've got all the notes from the lower G right up to this F. So we haven't got the whole keyboard, but that's certainly enough to be starting off with. And they're the notes that are written on the stave in the lines and in the spaces. So any other notes that are above those, if any of these notes are written above here, but you have to show the lines like this. These are called ledger lines, which we'll go on to at a later date. So that's enough to be getting to start with. Now another thing I'm going to do, quickly, if I can find a cloth to clean this off with. Speed up that bit. Okay. Is look at some rhymes. So you might want to make a note of these. So the lines in the treble clef. So the notes that are on the lines, there's a rhyme to help you remember these notes. So it's an E, G, B, D, F. And the rhyme is every good boy deserves football. You can make your own up if you like, but this is what I was taught several years ago. So that's the one I stick with. And then in the spaces, in the treble clef, the notes in the spaces spell the word face. Da, 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 da. Woo. And there we go, the notes in the spaces. And where's my gone? Okay, we'll do the bass clef down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. And these are the bass clef notes, left hand. Notes on the lines. G, B, D, F, A. Great, big, dogs, frighten, auntie. Great big dogs, frighten, auntie. I'll hold that up for you. You might want to do a screenshot. And then this one. Actually do a screenshot after this one. Bass clef, spaces. All cows eat grass. So the notes in the spaces in the bass clef, all cows eat grass. A, C, E, G. So if I hold that still for you, there we go. Whoops. That's that. Okay, so that's just some rhymes that you can try and remember, and hopefully it will help you to learn the notes and spaces and everything. Another thing you could be doing, there's a lot of apps on, if you've got a smartphone, you can download a lot of apps that help with sight reading. If you Google or if you search on music flashcards or music sight reading or something like that, you can use this information if you've got that written down, if you write that down, and also the notes on the lines and spaces, and you can just practice learning the notes that way, and that will really give you a good grounding for when we get started playing on the piano. We're not going to use all these notes straight away when we start playing. We're just going to use, say, the first 5, C to G or C to F in the left hand. Just going to stay around the middle C. In the next video that's connected to this, I'm going to show you the notes and where they sit on the piano in relation to the stave this time. Okay, see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, so here we are at the piano, and this is middle C. So if we have a look at the stave that I've just drawn, this middle C here is that note there. If I line it up with the notes, whoops, and then D is here, and that's that D, and then E, that's that E, and then F, and so on. And then in the bass clef, these are going down from middle C, so it will be these ones here. Okay, hopefully that's clear.